Hello, my dear friends. I am going to tell you about a story which I heard during my early days in the Indian Army. That was basically when we were all supposed to do horse riding during our young officers' course. Uh, Even though I was not that keen to do horse riding, it is uh, uh, mandatory for the officers to do horse riding, and we have to maintain the horses also. You how the horses are maintained, all those things we have to learn. There is no option on our part to say no, I don't want to do horse riding. That was not there. So uh, this as animal transport is also there, but horses are always a part of the armed forces, particularly Indian Army. So then we used to tell about various stories in the Indian Army, but one of my seniors told that I was later on I became a not a good rider but average rider. So I used to do little horse riding in the evenings. So one of the horses I was it was a pet of mine, so I used to do the horse riding. Then one rider, one very expert rider, a senior officer, told me, "Oh, you are so much obsessed and in love with this horse. Oh, you take it. Then when you go home, take it." Something like that. Then I said, "I don't mind, sir. When this horse retires, I would like to buy it." Then he said, "No, you can't buy a horse. Uh, the horses are just actually killed after their services are over. They are not sold or not given on auction or something like that." Then he told me about the story of previously the horses were used to uh, get auctioned, and the civilians used to buy it, and they we never bothered how they were deployed later on. So one of the chief uh, of army staffs, a horse which he used to ride. I don't remember the name. I think Silver or something that we can name it as Silver. This particular horse was also sold to a civilian, and this chief, when he retired, and as usual, he was staying in some defense colony in Delhi, and then as usual, he went as a retired man to the army headquarters for some official or personal matter. And then when he was returning, uh, he was just waiting for a tanga. When a tanga came and he showed his hand, he wanted to get into the tanga to go to the defense colony. So the horse refused to move, it seems. The story goes like that. The horse kept on looking at the General Saab, and General also soon realized that it was Silver, his horse. When he used to, observe parade and used to do a lot of riding in this horse, it was his pet horse, Silver. Then he just called Silver, and its story goes that the tears came out of the uh, horse's eyes, and it became so emotional moment that the uh, general also just embraced the animal and asked the Tangawala, from where you got this horse, and the story was told that it was taken in an auction, and the story is like that. Then it seems the general Saab just walked into the chief's uh, office and told him not to sell, uh, not to auction this horses which had an honorable service they have done, and they should not be, uh, mistreated after their retirement like this. And that was the time the army has taken a decision not to, sell the horses to uh, outsiders. Rather, when the services are over, the horses are given a very good sent off, and then later on they are shot dead. I don't know how far it is. The story is correct, but the fact remains that the horses are not sold to outsiders or even to the army personnel, but they are shot dead in the armed forces. So this story, I don't know how far it is correct, but since I came to know from one of my seniors, I thought I must tell you all. Thank you and Jai Hind.